ये बटन दब गया ना, इसकी वजह से वो वापस चालू हो गई।
Let me let me discuss first drug, that is high ceiling diuretic or loop diuretic. Example of high ceiling or loop diuretic: furosemide and bumetanide. Okay, so first one is furosemide. Okay, furosemide or loop diuretic normally highly efficacy here. Highly effective, the maximum effect is there. Maximally reduced natriuretic effect. If you are using this drug, so this drug shows natriuretic effect. Means what? This drug is responsible for maximum sodium loss. So that's why we can call as a natriuretic. So it has the maximum natriuretic effect. If you increasing the dose of drug, अगर हम लोग dose increase कर देंगे तो it's typically the increase in near about 10 liter urine we can for synthesize or 20 per day. If we are increasing the rate of formation of urine is also increasing. जैसे हम लोग dose बढ़ाते हैं वैसे rate of formation urine का भी बढ़ता है. If you see the onset of action, अगर आप onset of action देखते हैं तो drug का if we are using IV, if this drug we are doing IV, so its onset of action start within 2 to 5 minutes. अगर हम लोग IV एडमिनिस्टर करते हैं ड्रग को तो इसका एक्शन स्टार्ट हो जाता है 2 से 5 मिनट के अंदर. If we are giving iron injection, we are using iron injection, so its onset of action start 10 to 20 minutes. And if you are doing orally, अगर हम लोग एक डोज orally utilize कर रहे हैं तो इसका ड्रग इफेक्ट स्टार्ट होता है 20 to 40 minutes. Okay, now let me discuss its mechanism, how exactly this drug will work. किस तरह से ड्रग वर्क करती है. So this drug is mainly work on your thick part of ascending loop of Henle. ये जो आपका थिक पार्ट होता है ascending loop of Henle का, वहां जाके वर्क करती है और it will be inhibitor one type of co-transporter, one type of glycoprotein. Okay, see suppose fluid is here. जब अगर यहाँ पर fluid आता है तो normally what will happen, आपका जब भी fluid आता है तो reabsorption process होती है और 99% constituent of fluid is reabsorbed. So जो 99% reabsorption process होते हैं जो drug है normally whatever the drug is there, it affecting or it inhibiting the reabsorption process. If reabsorption process is inhibited, so automatically what will happen, your urine, your volume of urine increases. See, let me discuss which part of the nephron is responsible for the reabsorption. Okay, the first part is proximal convoluted tubule. जो proximal convoluted tubule होता है, this proximal convoluted tubule reabsorb 60 to 65% of sodium. यहाँ से आपका 60 से 65% सोडियम reabsorb होता है जो fluid proximal convoluted tubule में होता है. Okay, जब fluid पास होता है it reaching to your ascending loop of Henle और in your ascending thick part ascending loop of Henle में near about 20 से 25% fluid reabsorb, 20 से 25% sodium reabsorb हो जाता है. Now when fluid is reaches to your distal convoluted tubule, जब fluid distal convoluted tubule में आता है तो वहां पर near about 8 to 10% sodium reabsorb हो जाता है और last part जो होता है collecting duct, यहाँ पर आपका 2 to 3% sodium reabsorb. Okay, so in this way sodium is reabsorbed to different part of your nephron. Different part में different percentage में आपका reabsorb होता है. Proximal convoluted tubules में ज़्यादा reabsorb होता है. फिर आपका ascending loop of Henle में 20 से 25%, distal convoluted tubule में 8 to 10% और collecting duct में 2 to 3% sodium is reabsorbed. Now how your drug will work? So your loop of this drug, high ceiling drug, normally high ceiling drug work on your thick part of ascending loop of Henle. ये कहाँ पे वर्क करता है? आपके thick part ascending loop of Henle के thick part पे वर्क करता है. See, if you know the physiology of urine formation, अगर आपको urine formation की physiology पता है, so you can easily understand diuretics. These drugs inhibiting the reabsorption phenomena. ये drug simply reabsorption phenomena को inhibit करता है. If reabsorption phenomena is inhibited, ultimately urine volume is increases. Ultimately sodium excretion is increasing. Okay, so this drug loop diuretic work on its name self indicated that ये कहाँ वर्क करता है? It work on loop of Henle. ये mainly मेनली कहाँ वर्क करता है, लूप ऑफ हेनले, एंड स्पेशली लूप ऑफ हेनले में थिक पार्ट ऑफ असेंडिंग लूप ऑफ हेनले, तो असेंडिंग टू थिक पार्ट ऑफ योर असेंडिंग लूप ऑफ हेनले. ओके, सो सपोज दिस एरिया कंसिस्ट ऑफ फ्लूइड. ओके, जब फ्लूइड आता है फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ फिल्ट्रेशन, फिल्ट्रेशन से पर्पस के लिए जब फ्लूइड आता है कहाँ पर आता है, कहाँ पर, इट इज कमिंग ऑन द ascending loop of Henle. This is your ascending loop of Henle. This is your basolateral membrane. Okay. So on the surface of ascending loop of Henle, one type of glycoprotein is there. One type of co-transporter is there. This co-transporter, the function of this co-transporter, what it will do? Simply, it will transport sodium, potassium to chloride. Okay. So in this way, sodium, पोटेशियम और 2 क्लोराइड इन दिस. जब भी फ्लूइड यहाँ पर आ जाए, व्हेन फ्लूइड इज कमिंग इन दिस एरिया, तो दिस टाइप ऑफ ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन ट्रांसपोर्ट सोडियम, पोटेशियम एंड क्लोराइड टू क्लोराइड. ओके, सो इफ दिस थिंग इज कमिंग इन दिस एरिया, यहाँ पर आने के बाद क्या होता है, सोडियम, पोटेशियम और क्लोराइड, व्हाट विल हैपन ऑन दिस सरफेस ऑफ basolateral membrane, sodium potassium ATPase is there. Basolateral membrane में sodium potassium ATPase is there. With the help of this ATPase, what will happen? Sodium is goes in out of your basolateral membrane, means it will be reabsorbed in your blood and it will take 2 potassium in this area. So due to this phenomena, sodium goes to your, इसकी वजह से क्या होता है, सोडियम पोटेशियम की हेल्प से सोडियम ब्लड में चला जाता है और सोडियम 3 सोडियम गोज आउटसाइड एंड 2 पोटेशियम कम इनसाइड ऑफ योर basolateral membrane. So concentration of potassium is increases and sodium goes in this way your blood. But potassium, chloride also utilizes some transporter, but it will enter in your blood. In this way, reabsorption is there. Okay, but in this area potassium concentration is increases, so potassium leaky channel is there which will excrete potassium. So potassium is coming when you are utilizing the diuretic, so more and more potassium coming in your urine. Okay, in this way your diuretic will work. See, simple mechanism is there. One type of glycoprotein is there. That glycoprotein, function of glycoprotein, it will transport sodium, potassium or 2 chloride. This sodium is reabsorbed in your blood with the help of sodium, potassium ATPase, and chloride is also again reabsorbed with the help of chloride transporter. Okay, but concentration of potassium is increases in this area or it is excreted in luminal membrane, and finally it will appear in your urine. So that's why concentration of potassium is increasing in urine when we utilizing most of the diuretic. ज़्यादातर डायरेक्टली यूटिलाइज करने से पोटेशियम का एक्सक्रीशन होता है. ओके, सो इन दिस वे वी कैन एक्सप्लेन द नॉर्मल फिजियोलॉजी. ये नॉर्मल फिजियोलॉजी है यूरिन फॉर्मेशन की. जब यूरिन फॉर्मेशन होता है तो ये सोडियम, पोटेशियम एक टाइप के ग्लाइको ट्रांसपोर्टर से रीएब्सॉर्ब होते हैं. नाउ लेट मी डिस्कस डायरेटिक्स. लूप डायरेटिक. Suppose loop diuretic, when we taking the loop diuretic, so loop diuretic will enter in your kidney and from it will appear or it will reaches to your thick part of ascending loop of Henle. What it will do? Simply it will block this glycoprotein. आपका जो ड्रग है ये ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन को ब्लॉक कर देगा. So what will happen if glycoprotein is get blocked? अगर ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन का ब्लॉकेज हो जाता है, so what will happen? More sodium is there, more potassium is there, and more chloride is there. And this chloride is reaching to this part. This part is not handling, and finally it will appear more amount of sodium, and the other thing is appearing in urine. Okay. Simply what will happen? Diuretics, loop diuretic blocking that glycoprotein, so absorption of sodium, potassium, chloride is affected. So this concentration of this thing is increases in other part of your membrane, and finally load of this thing is appearing in your urine. In this way, rate of excretion of these things is increases. Okay. Now second important thing. So this drug increases the excretion of sodium, excretion of potassium. How potassium excretion is there, let me discuss later. So first thing, when we are blocking these glycoprotein, so more excretion of sodium and more excretion of chloride. Second important thing, this drug is also is responsible for the excretion of calcium and magnesium. How calcium and magnesium is there? When for the normal urine formation is there. जब normal urine formation है तो calcium and magnesium is diagonal, having the positive charge. तो जब normal physiology होती है तो what you do if more positive charge is there. जब more positive charge यहाँ पर होता है तो जो positive word repel is to each other and absorption takes place is there. यहाँ से पैरासेलुलर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन से कैल्शियम का मैग्नीशियम का अब्सॉर्प्शन होता है, बट व्हेन ब्लॉकिंग दिस एरिया तो इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिविटी इज आल्सो अफेक्टेड, also change, electropositivity change हो जाती है, जिसकी वजह से कैल्शियम absorption and magnesium absorption is also inhibited, and this calcium is also appearing in your urine and this magnesium is also appearing in urine. So when we are blocking this glycoprotein, जब ये ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन को ब्लॉक करते हैं तो सोडियम का एक्सक्रीशन इंक्रीज हो जाता है, एज वेल एज क्लोराइड का एक्सक्रीशन इंक्रीज हो जाता है, एज वेल एज मैग्नीशियम का एक्सक्रीशन इंक्रीज हो जाता है. सो दिस ड्रग इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर एक्सक्रीशन ऑफ सोडियम, एक्सक्रीशन ऑफ कैल्शियम, excretion of magnesium or excretion of chlorine. Okay, in this way more excretion process takes place. Now next we will discuss when we are utilizing the potassium. Sorry, when we are utilizing the diuretics, so this drug is mainly responsible for excretion of potassium. Potassium का ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा excretion होता है. How excretion process takes place? Normally what will happen? Due to sodium की वजह से excretion आपका potassium का ज़्यादा loss होता है. Why? Basically if sodium is appear in this area, the last part में आता है sodium, तो sodium is highly absorbed through the particular channel, and after the reabsorption it will goes in your blood and more potassium come inside it. So normally what will happen on the collecting nerve, some channel is sodium channel is there, through this channel more sodium is reabsorbed. जब ज्यादा सोडियम reabsorb होता है तो उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, with the help of sodium potassium taking place, more potassium coming in this area, and due to with the help of potassium leaky channel more potassium is there and loss of potassium is more. इसकी वजह से क्या होता है, सोडियम जितना reabsorb होगा उतना पोटेशियम ज्यादा वहां होता है और पोटेशियम की वजह से सोडियम की वजह से पोटेशियम लॉस होता है. सेकंड रीजन ऑफ सोडियम पोटेशियम लॉस इज देयर, anion is there, chloride is there, bicarbonate is there. So this negative charge attract positive. वो क्या करते हैं, जब नेगेटिव को हम चार्ज करते हैं पॉजिटिव को अट्रैक्ट करते हैं तो उसकी वजह से भी सोडियम का लॉस होता है. And last one is water load. If water load is increases in this area, it will wash out your potassium. So when we are utilizing the diuretic का यूटिलाइज करने से ज्यादा पोटेशियम का लॉस होता है. एंड इफ योर पोटेशियम इज लॉस इन दिस एरिया तो कंडीशन इज डेवलप वी कैन कंसीडर एज ए हाइपोकैलेमिया. जब ज्यादा पोटेशियम का लॉस होता है तो उस कंडीशन को हम लोग कहते हैं हाइपोकैलेमिया. ओके, सो दीस आर द mechanism of action of loop diuretic. Mainly it will act on the glycoprotein which is present on the thick part of ascending loop of LA. Due to blocking of this glycoprotein, sodium is not reabsorbed, chloride is not reabsorbed, calcium is not reabsorbed, and magnesium. So maximum thing is load of this thing is increases, and in this way volume of urine is increased. Got it? But main problem is that this drug is mainly responsible for potassium loss. How potassium loss we discussed. Three reasons is there: when sodium load is increases, when ion load is increases, and when water load is increases. This thing will be washed out. This thing will be responsible for the more excretion of potassium. And when potassium excretion is increases, जब भी पोटेशियम का एक्सक्रीशन इंक्रीज होता है तो ब्लड में पोटेशियम का लेवल डिक्रीज होता है. Now next important action of diuretic, this drug is also inhibit carbonic anhydrase enzyme. So due to inhibition of carbonic anhydrase enzyme, your excretion of आपका जो excretion होता है bicarbonate और H+ ion, तो H+ ion is also increases, excretion is increases. So due to excretion of H+ ion, slightly acidic condition is there, but it will be inhibited by presence of anion. So acid dose is not side effect of this drug because H+ ion का जब concentration बढ़ता है तो chloride anion की वजह से वो acidic condition यूरिन की reduce होती है. So in this way we can explain the mechanism of action or main action of loop diuretics. next part of this drug is pharmacokinetic parameters. Normally, furosemide or the other these drugs are normally orally active drug. This drug you can take orally. Oral absorption is good. If you see the bioavailability of this drug is 60%. अगर आप orally लेते हो तो drug की bioavailability 60% है. But in CHF patient, suppose someone is suffering from CHF disease. So in CHF bioavailability is reduced. That's why in that condition we can use parenterally. CHF में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हार्ट फेलियर में हम लोग ड्रग को पैरेंटली इंजेक्ट करते हैं. इट लिपिड सॉल्युबिलिटी ऑफ ड्रग इज वेरी लो. लिपिड सॉल्युबिलिटी ऑफ ड्रग इज वेरी लो और प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन बाइंडिंग कैपेसिटी इज हाई. लिपिड सॉल्युबिलिटी इज स्लाइटली लो बट प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन बाइंडिंग कैपेसिटी इज हाई. It highly distributed. How metabolism takes place? Metabolism normally takes place in your liver by the gluconeogenic combined. Conjugation process is there. Conjugation से metabolism होता है. Gluconeogenic acid is conjugate with your drug and drug is metabolized. So modes and excretion, how most of the drug excreted as a unchained by the glomerular filtration and by the tubular secretion. Okay, so in this group we can explain the pharmacokinetic parameter. Orally active drug है, viability is 60%. In CHF patient, viability is slightly less. That's why we are prefer parenterally. Lipid solubility is less, but plasma binding capacity is high. Metabolism is conjugation process is there. It will conjugate with glucuronic acid and finally excreted. Most of the drug excreted as unchained by the glomerular filtration and most of by also tubular secretion. So in this way we can explain the pharmacokinetic properties of this drug. The point related to this drug, side effect from this drug, side effect of glutaric, side effect of furosemide. So first side effect of this drug is hypokalemia. Why hypokalemia? We already discussed that this drug is mainly responsible for excretion, more excretion of potassium. ज़्यादा एक्सप्लोइटेशन तो एक्सक्रीशन करता है. That's why your potassium level is decreased in your blood. That's why hypokalemia is there. Next side effect is hypomagnesemia. We already discussed that this drug is also responsible for more excretion of magnesium. Magnesium का excretion करता है. That's why magnesium level is reduced in your blood. So that condition we consider as hypomagnesemia. Next condition is hyponatremia. This drug is also responsible for more excretion of sodium. Sodium का excretion करता है. So sodium level is reduces in your blood. That's why hyponatremia is there. This drug is also responsible for hyperuricemia. Hyperuricemia means what? Retention of uric acid in your blood. Why uric acid retention is there? When your body is dealing with acid-base balance. जब भी body is deal करती है acid-base balance, that's why uric acid का retention होता है. Your retention of uric acid, that's why concentration of uric acid is increases with your blood. So hyperuricemia is there. This drug is also responsible for hypocalcemia. Hypocalcemia means what? We already discussed that this drug is also responsible for more excretion of calcium. Calcium का excretion करता है urine में, so calcium excretion is increases. That's all. The concentration of calcium is decreases in your blood. That's why hypocalcemia. This drug is also responsible for ototoxicity. When the sodium is more excreted, so ototoxicity is also there. Ototoxicity mainly is with ethacranic acid. Ethacranic acid से ototoxicity होती है. और if this drug is also responsible for hypotension. Hypotension के लिए भी ये drug responsible होता है. Side effect is hyperglycemia. This drug increases the glucose tolerance. That's why hyperglycemia is there. Azotemia is also there. Means one it increases when it increases the nitrogen containing product. Your body nitrogen containing product is not excreted, so that's why concentration of nitrogen containing product increases. That condition we call as azotemia. This drug is also responsible for hypochloremia. We already discussed that chlorine excretion is decreased. That's why chlorine concentration of chlorine is decreasing in your blood. And last side effect is this drug is also alter the LDL or HDL cholesterol. So that's why triglyceride or lipid level is also altered in your blood. Last one is related with this first category. First category or last point है uses of this drug. We can utilize in edema. Edema we already learned when retention of fluid. जब भी फ्लूइड का रिटेंशन होता है बॉडी में तो उसकी वजह से एडेमा होता है. तो दिस ड्रग इज इफेक्टिवली यूटिलाइज्ड इन एडेमा. इट इज आल्सो वी कैन आल्सो यूटिलाइज इन एक्यूट पल्मोनरी एडेमा. इफ lungs edema is there, then there pulmonary edema is there, so we can utilize this drug in acute pulmonary edema. This drug is also reduces the cerebral edema. We can effectively use in cerebral edema and hypertension. We can also use diabetic hypertension. Already they are aware that in hypertension sodium concentration or blood volume is increases or water blood volume is increases. So we can reduce the sodium concentration or blood volume. We can also utilize this drug along with blood transfusion. Blood transfusion के साथ this drug को utilize करते समय to avoid the overload of blood in anemic condition. And last one, we can also use hypercalcemia. Calcium is increases. For example, calcium is increases in kidney stone. Calcium का concentration kidney stone में increase हो जाता है और kidney stone का formation होता है. तो इन kidney stone में utilize करते हैं hypercalcemia of malignancy also utilize. So these are some uses of furosemide or glucosamine.